Would you guys be surprised if Kyrie wasn't a Maverick in 5 months?
No,
Not at all.
I fully expect that this is not going to work for the Mavericks. That Kyrie will leave as a free agent at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think this gives the Mavericks a chance to do, this is what I think is important. We have Luka. Luka has been a solo act pretty much his entire career. And look what Luka did as a solo act in the Olympics, okay? If we give him a stud, what does he look like on the court? I think that's what this is about. What does Luka look like on the court with a stud? And then, do we chase some other stud who we can pair with Luka long term? Or does Luka need a bunch of guys like we've been trying to build around with him, a bunch of average guys? And I think that's really what this is about. What does Luka need to get that championship? I mean, I think it's going to be studs. I think that's just the NBA today.
An NBA championship, you need at least 2 studs, usually 3, for any team that has won a championship. They've tried. They tried Porzingis, that didn't work. Brunson didn't pan out, and when he did, they let him go.
Brunson wasn't and Porzingis was a guy who was supposed to be that guy. Brunson was a guy who looked like, he's showing up as number 2. Would have been a great number 3, but they let him go because he wanted number 2 money. So, I mean, I think it's a matter of just showing that Luka can play with somebody so that they can attract somebody else for a 5-year deal. That's my guess. Imagine Luka proves he can play with Kyrie. Anybody's like, I guess Luka can play with me. He play with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the goal here. Luka, play with this guy. Be good about it. And then we'll be able to track free agents.
But that goes to my point. As not thrilled as I think Luka is about this, he'll still go out there and be like, all right, he's a Dallas Maverick. He's one of my 5 or 4 teammates on the court now. We're going. That's my guy. I just don't know if Kyrie is going to kind of have that same mentality, because that's what we've seen for years. Even going the minute he was drafted, we saw this, and especially after he finally won a ring with LeBron, and he thought that, well, now I can do it all. We saw him go to Boston, wrecking ball. Brooklyn, wrecking ball. There is nothing that, and I'm going to bring up the Nets because they are absolutely not going to not be talked about in this situation. But there is nothing to say that Luka is not going to completely destroy this franchise. I don't think he'll destroy this franchise, because I trust Mark Cuban and the way they run that team. Because the Nets, like I will get to them in a second, completely opposite. Addition by subtraction thing. You back Spencer Dinwiddie, who you had years ago, who never should have left. But from this, I want to make this point. I think it is safe and fair to say that since becoming the Brooklyn Nets, other than the Jets and maybe the Giants, there is no other New York team as horrible as the Brooklyn Nets.